Hey everyone, this is Mike from JinbuPal, and today I want to tell you about the new Cantonese version of the JinbuPal app. Before I walk through everything, I should say that as of this video's release in February 2023, JinbuPal Cantonese is only available through a private beta. It will soon be released publicly, so if you're watching this in the future, check in the video description below for a link to the fully released version so that you can register for a free account. If you haven't studied with JinbuPal recently, or if you've never used it before, I recommend you take a look at our recent video, Introducing JinbuPal 2.0, because that video will give you a quick look at how JinbuPal works and how you can utilize it to learn Chinese faster. It will also show you how JinbuPal helps you with getting authentic language input, offering content in the JinbuPal content library, and analyzing Chinese web pages in real time with your JinbuPal account data. Now that you've got an overview, let's talk about the new Cantonese version of JinbuPal. Especially if you already speak Mandarin, JinbuPal is a powerful tool for leveraging what you already know to learn Cantonese much faster. Let's show an example of how I've been studying Cantonese myself using JinbuPal. In the Discover phase, you could pick out several characters for daily study. Let's go into the filters pane and utilize some filters that help us with selecting new characters for study. In the advanced filters section, I'm going to filter for characters which I don't know the yueping for, to get rid of ones that I've already studied. New for the Cantonese version, we've added filters for all 6 tones, Mandarin correlation level, Cantonese specific, Mandarin specific, and tone pattern match. Let's go through all of these filters one by one. Mandarin correlation level is a scale of how similarly characters are pronounced in Cantonese compared to Mandarin. Selecting easiest will show characters which follow a common and predictable conversion from Mandarin to Cantonese, so you may be able to guess the yueping relatively easily. The hardest filter will show characters which deviate from the pattern or those which do not follow a consistent pattern when compared to Mandarin. These characters are going to be hardest to guess. Let's focus on the easiest ones for right now. This filter helps you to identify easy to guess characters based on pronunciation without respect to tone. We can do this for tones as well using the tone pattern match filter. Around 60 to 70% of the time, Mandarin speakers can guess the tone in Cantonese because comparison of tones in Mandarin and Cantonese also often follows a pattern. For example, first tone in Mandarin is often first tone in Cantonese. Tapping the orange info button here, you can reference these patterns if you have trouble remembering them. Turning this filter on shows characters which follow the pattern, and off shows characters which deviate from the pattern. Let's turn this filter on so that in combination with the Mandarin correlation filter, we will have identified the easiest characters to get started learning. Doing the opposite of this is also a great way to work on learning characters that are particularly difficult to learn due to their differences from Mandarin. Studying these characters together can help them stand out in your memory. For now, let's continue with the filters we previously set. Some users might have spent most of their time up to now studying simplified characters, but they want to learn Cantonese using traditional characters. You can also use the traditional match filter to help you quickly learn characters you already recognize or ones which are unfamiliar. Turn this filter on to study characters which are the same for both simplified and traditional, or off to show ones where the traditional character is different. Combining the 3 filters that we've selected would be a great idea for someone who wants to get a quick head start on their Cantonese if they already speak Mandarin and know simplified characters but want to learn traditional characters. These 465 characters already amount to almost 1/3 of the characters in the JinbuPal database, and completing them would already give you a JinbuPal score of around 35%, meaning you'll already be able to pronounce around 35% of Cantonese by frequency in written context. You can work on learning this easier content first to give you the highest rate of progress as you get started. Removing these filters and selecting Cantonese specific, we can show only characters which are not used in Mandarin or standard written Chinese, but are used in Cantonese. You could also choose to hide those characters. The same goes for Mandarin specific. We can show characters which are not used in spoken Cantonese, but are often used in standard written Chinese. When you open individual character cards, you'll also see that words which are specific to Cantonese are identified. Also, words which appear in standard written Chinese but not in spoken Cantonese are colored red. You can also easily filter for characters which are used grammatically in Cantonese. In the Words tab, you can filter to start studying words for which you're already familiar with both characters. Additionally, you can use the Cantonese specific filter to study words which do not appear in Mandarin or standard written Chinese. I hope that this video has helped you see how powerful JinbuPal can be when learning Cantonese. If you're learning Cantonese, give JinbuPal a try once it's publicly released. If you're also learning Mandarin, I'd encourage you to also try the currently available Mandarin version of JinbuPal by signing up for a free account at JinbuPal.com. Last of all, if you liked this video and you want to hear more from JinbuPal, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel right now so that you'll be notified as soon as JinbuPal Cantonese is released to the public. Thanks everyone.